In the warm, shallow waters off northern Australia, danger does not always announce itself with size, speed, or sound. Sometimes it drifts, almost weightless, unseen by the human eye, no larger than a fingernail and no heavier than a whisper. This is the Irukandji jellyfish, one of the ocean's most lethal creatures, a predator whose power lies not in force, but in chemistry. To encounter it is often to realize too late that something has already gone wrong. The Irukandji jellyfish belongs to the group known as box jellyfish, or cubozoans, an ancient lineage that diverged from other jellyfish hundreds of millions of years ago. Unlike their more passive relatives, box jellyfish evolved complexity. They possess true eyes, directional movement, and a nervous system capable of processing information with unsettling efficiency. The Irukandji represents the extreme end of this evolutionary path, a creature refined not for visibility, but for stealth. Its body is almost entirely transparent. The bell, cube-shaped and gelatinous, refracts light in a way that dissolves its outline against the surrounding water. Four delicate tentacles trail behind it, sometimes extending several meters, each lined with thousands of microscopic stinging cells called nematocysts. These cells are not merely defensive. They are precision weapons, designed to inject venom faster than the human nervous system can react. Evolution favored this invisibility. In tropical coastal waters, where sunlight penetrates deeply and predators rely on vision, being unseen is survival. The Irukandji does not chase prey. It waits, drifting with currents, adjusting position with subtle contractions of its bell. It becomes part of the water itself. Fish swim through its tentacles without awareness. Humans do the same. The venom of the Irukandji jellyfish is among the most potent known in the animal kingdom. Unlike many jellyfish stings that cause immediate pain, Irukandji envenomation often begins quietly. The sting may feel mild or go unnoticed entirely. Then, after minutes, sometimes up to an hour, the body begins to rebel. Pain surges through muscles and joints. Blood pressure spikes. The heart races. Victims describe a sensation of impending doom so intense it defies language. This is Irukandji syndrome, a physiological cascade triggered by venom measured in micrograms. From an evolutionary perspective, such power seems excessive. The Irukandji does not need to kill humans. It feeds primarily on small fish and planktonic organisms. Yet evolution does not design for restraint. It designs for success. Venom that immobilizes prey instantly ensures feeding efficiency. Collateral damage is irrelevant. Habitat plays a crucial role in the jellyfish's strategy. Irukandji are commonly found near coral reefs, estuaries, and sandy coastal waters, environments frequented by swimmers and divers. Seasonal patterns influence their abundance, with warmer months increasing the likelihood of human encounters. For centuries, indigenous communities understood these patterns intuitively, respecting the ocean's warnings long before science provided explanations. Scientific study of the Irukandji jellyfish is relatively recent. For much of history, its existence was inferred only through unexplained symptoms and sudden deaths. It was not until the mid-20th century that researchers began to identify the creature responsible. Even today, its small size and fragility make it difficult to study in controlled environments. Knowledge accumulates slowly, often following tragedy. The Irukandji jellyfish challenges human assumptions about danger. It lacks teeth, claws, or speed. It does not attack. It does not pursue. And yet, it remains one of the most feared animals in the sea. Its threat is psychological as much as physical, rooted in the idea that the most dangerous forces are often the least visible. In the quiet drift of the Irukandji, the ocean reminds us that dominance is an illusion. Power does not always roar. Sometimes it floats, transparent and silent, waiting for contact. To understand the Irukandji jellyfish fully, one must move beyond what can be seen and enter the realm of chemistry and nerve signals, where its true power resides. The sting itself is not an act of aggression, but a reflex older than memory. Along each tentacle lie thousands of nematocysts, microscopic capsules coiled under immense pressure. At the slightest physical or chemical trigger, these capsules fire with explosive speed, driving a barbed filament into flesh in less than a millisecond. Venom follows instantly, bypassing conscious awareness and entering the bloodstream before pain has time to register. The venom is not a single substance, but a complex cocktail of toxins evolved to overwhelm biological systems. Once inside the body, it interferes with nerve transmission, disrupts ion channels, and triggers massive releases of stress hormones such as adrenaline and noradrenaline. This hormonal storm pushes the body into overdrive. Blood vessels constrict. Blood pressure rises to dangerous levels. The heart is forced to work beyond its limits. Muscles seize in waves of pain so intense that victims often describe it as unbearable, unrelenting, and unlike anything they have ever experienced. Irukandji syndrome is not defined by one symptom, but by escalation. Pain spreads from the site of the sting to the chest, back, abdomen, and limbs. Nausea and vomiting follow. Anxiety intensifies into panic, accompanied by a profound sense that death is imminent. In severe cases, the cardiovascular system begins to fail. Pulmonary edema fills the lungs with fluid. Cerebral hemorrhage becomes a possibility. Without rapid medical intervention, the outcome can be fatal. What makes the Irukandji particularly dangerous is the delay between sting and symptoms. Unlike other box jellyfish whose stings cause immediate, visible injury, Irukandji envenomation often appears deceptively mild. Swimmers may exit the water unaware that venom is already circulating. By the time pain erupts, the toxin has fully engaged the nervous system. This delay complicates diagnosis and response, turning minutes into critical margins. From an evolutionary standpoint, such a venom is not designed for defense against large animals, but for precision hunting. The Irukandji feeds on small, fast-moving fish that require rapid immobilization. A venom capable of inducing immediate neurological disruption ensures that prey cannot escape. The fact that the same venom devastates humans is incidental, a side effect of shared physiological pathways rather than targeted lethality. The jellyfish itself remains astonishingly fragile. Its body lacks bones, muscles of strength, or protective structures. A sudden current, a collision, or rough handling can destroy it instantly. This paradox, extreme toxicity housed in extreme delicacy, defines the Irukandji's place in the ocean. It is not a conqueror, but a specialist, surviving by remaining unseen and untouched. Human encounters with the Irukandji have shaped coastal behavior and medical understanding. Northern Australian beaches post seasonal warnings. Stinger nets are deployed, though the jellyfish's small size allows it to pass through many barriers. Protective suits reduce risk but cannot guarantee safety. Awareness becomes the primary defense, yet awareness offers little comfort against something invisible. Medical science continues to chase solutions. There is no antivenom specific to Irukandji venom. Treatment focuses on symptom management, pain control, blood pressure regulation, cardiac monitoring. Each case adds data, each incident deepens understanding, but certainty remains elusive. The jellyfish resists full explanation, its biology difficult to capture, its venom challenging to isolate. In this ongoing struggle between human knowledge and natural adaptation, the Irukandji holds the advantage of time. It does not evolve quickly because it does not need to. Its design already works. The ocean rewards efficiency, not mercy. As swimmers return to the water, as tides shift and currents roll across reefs and shorelines, the Irukandji drifts on, unchanged. It does not learn from encounters. It does not remember victims. Its existence is mechanical, precise, and indifferent. In that indifference lies its greatest threat, reminding us that the sea is not hostile, but it is not forgiving either. As human presence in the ocean expands, the Irukandji jellyfish enters a new chapter of its ancient existence, not by changing its behavior, but by remaining exactly the same. It does not adapt to humanity. Humanity adapts to it. Beaches close. Warning signs rise. Medical protocols evolve. Fear becomes institutionalized. Yet beneath the surface, the Irukandji drifts on, untouched by the concern it inspires, unaware of the systems built to track and contain it. Climate change has begun to redraw the boundaries of its world. Rising sea temperatures extend the range of warm water species, and the Irukandji follows these invisible corridors north and south, appearing in regions where it was once unknown. Reports increase. Encounters spread. What was once a localized danger becomes a broader uncertainty. The jellyfish does not invade. It simply arrives, carried by conditions humans themselves have altered. This expansion forces a reconsideration of control. Nets, suits, surveillance, none offer certainty against a creature that is nearly invisible, structurally fragile, and biologically precise. The Irukandji bypasses strength and speed, exploiting perception itself. It does not need to be aggressive. Contact alone is enough. In this way, it exposes a fundamental vulnerability in human interaction with nature, the assumption that danger must be obvious. Fear of the Irukandji is not irrational. It is learned, reinforced by stories, by medical cases, by sudden collapses that transform leisure into emergency. Yet fear also reveals something deeper. Humans fear the Irukandji not because it hunts us, but because it reminds us how little control we truly have. There is no warning growl, no visible threat, no moment to retreat. The encounter is already over before awareness begins. Scientifically, the Irukandji remains an open question. Its venom continues to be studied, its life cycle only partially understood. Reproduction, population size, migration patterns, many details remain elusive, hidden by the jellyfish's size and fragility. It exists at the edge of observation, slipping through nets both literal and intellectual. Knowledge advances slowly, constrained by the very invisibility that defines the species. Culturally, the Irukandji has reshaped how humans perceive the sea. It challenges the narrative of mastery and exploration, replacing it with caution and respect. The ocean, once framed as a space to conquer or exploit, reveals itself as a system governed by forces indifferent to intention. The jellyfish becomes a symbol not of malice, but of imbalance between expectation and reality. Yet it is important to remember that the Irukandji jellyfish is not an anomaly. It is not a mistake of nature. It is a product of evolution as precise and legitimate as any apex predator. Its venom, its transparency, its simplicity, all are solutions to survival in a competitive environment. The harm it causes is not purposeful. It is incidental. In the end, the Irukandji does not ask to be feared. It does not announce itself as an enemy. It exists, as it always has, drifting with currents, responding to light, feeding, reproducing, dissolving back into the sea. Its story is not one of aggression, but of efficiency carried to an extreme. As the water closes behind swimmers and tides continue their endless motion, the Irukandji remains where it has always been, between visibility and absence, between life and chemistry, between control and surrender. It is a reminder that the smallest forms can carry the greatest consequences, and that in the ocean, size has never been the true measure of power.